You're grinding every day. Long hours, no backup, no accountability. That ends now. The Empower Solopreneur Mastermind gives you one simple advantage: a weekly power session that turns isolation into domination. Every Friday morning on Zoom, you'll get real coaching and real feedback to make real moves. Join a group of driven professionals in a program designed for solopreneurs and people working at home. Stop getting stuck. Start scaling. Seats are limited. Lock in yours today at modernobserver.com/empower-mastermind.
A rollback on fuel economy standards. Hawaii sues TikTok. Bad news for private sector jobs, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. President Trump's new fuel economy standards would roll back tougher Biden-era rules meant to cut emissions and promote electric cars. Trump's proposal would require automakers to hit an average of 34.5 miles per gallon across their fleets by 2031. That's significantly lower than the Biden-era target of 50 miles per gallon, which would require lots of EV sales. Today, we're taking one more step to kill the Green New Scam, Trump said at a White House event Wednesday. The White House stated that Trump's plan would slash the average price of a new car by $1,000 compared to the Biden-era rules. Automakers praised Trump's policies as more realistic than Biden's. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents have arrested Afghan national Janshah Safi, an alleged ISIS-K supporter brought into the country under former President Joe Biden's Operation Allies Welcome in Waynesboro, Virginia. Safi was arrested as President Donald Trump and his administration confront a surge of terror cases tied to Afghan arrivals that occurred under the Biden administration. The Department of Homeland Security said Safi arrived in the U.S. on September 8, 2025 in Philadelphia. He applied for temporary protected status, though his application was terminated when DHS Secretary Kristi Noem ended TPS for Afghans. The Pentagon's Inspector General's report on Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's use of signals to discuss a forthcoming military strike in Yemen said it could have put troops and their mission at risk, but also found that Hegseth had the power to declassify the information disclosed in the chat. Sources who'd seen the findings told the Associated Press yesterday. The report is also said to note that Hegseth violated Pentagon policy by using a personal device for official business. The signal use became public after an editor from The Atlantic was accidentally included in a chat. The report comes as Hegseth faces scrutiny from lawmakers over a second strike that killed the survivors of a previous attack on an alleged drug boat. The state of Hawaii filed a lawsuit Wednesday against ByteDance Inc., alleging the TikTok parent company built the platform to be dangerously addictive for young users and misled the public about the harms it poses. A 106-page complaint filed in Hawaii's First Circuit claims TikTok's business model is built on compulsive use, with programmers structuring the platform to keep its more than 150 million U.S. users engaged for as long as possible. Hawaii Attorney General Ann Lopez said features like the For You feed, endless scroll, autoplay, push notifications, and likes are built to maximize time on the app, and every additional minute on the platform generates more personal data and more advertising revenue for TikTok. The features are also engineered to influence users' neurobiology, especially dopamine production, in tactics similarly used in the gambling industry, according to the complaint. Companies in the private sector lost 32,000 jobs in November, payroll processing firm ADP said Wednesday. The figure is below economists' estimate of a gain of 10,000 jobs. The prior month's payroll numbers was revised upward to a gain of 47,000 from an initially reported increase of 42,000. Hiring has been choppy of late as employers weather cautious consumers and an uncertain macroeconomic environment, said ADP chief economist Nella Richardson. And while November's slowdown was broad-based, it was led by a pullback among small businesses. Despite widespread job losses in November, the education and health services sector gained 33,000 positions in the month. Leisure and hospitality added 13,000, while natural resources and mining gained 8,000 jobs. Trade, transportation, and utilities added 1,000. Comcast, the parent company of NBC, will spin off MSNBC, called MS Now, CNBC, and a group of other businesses into a new company called Versant on January 2nd, the company revealed Wednesday. Comcast shareholders will receive 1 share of Versant stock for every 25 shares of Comcast stock they hold at the close of business on December 16th. Distribution of Versant shares should be complete following the close of trading on NASDAQ on January 2nd, 2026. That's the Raw Naked Truth for December 4th, 2025. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.